All right, so now let's look at the second part, which is the graph down below. And what we're going to use for this is we're going to use our daylight data that we made in class right here. This is from Monday. And this daylight data, we colored everything to show the difference in seasons. We actually tagged a few of the spots on here to show when our winter solstices are and our equinoxes, things like that. What we're going to do is we're going to take and fold right here where the 15th of the month is. We'll make that our average. And we're going to just record on this chart, this graph, the hours of daylight on the 15th for each month. So to set this up, it's our graph. And this is probably our most graphic lesson of the year. Get it? Parental advisory, it's graphic because you're graphing. And it's versus. And we're going to go months versus hours of daylight. Months versus hours of daylight. So down here on the x-axis, I'm going to put my months. I'm going to put J for January, F for February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and then December. And if you're looking at this thing with me, you'll probably notice Mr. Jensen, JFMAMJ, Jathan Derulo, right there. It spells Jason. How funny is that with the D? Sorry, that's just a funny TikTok meme. Anyways, on the 15th, for January, we have 8 hours and 52 minutes. So let's take over here where our hours is going to be, and let's label 1 hour, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're only going to go to 16 because that's the most we have for sunshine in Spokane. So we'll just stop at 16, even though there's 24 hours in a day. We get it. For January, we've got 8 hours and 52 minutes. 52 is almost 60 minutes to make it an hour. So I'm going to go up 8 hours, and I'm almost at a full 9 hours. So I put my dot right there. There's my first spot. Then I go to February, 10 hours and 18 minutes. March, basically 11 hours because we're 10:53. So I'm a little bit closer to 11. Or no, 12 hours, 11:53. Geez, Jensen. Then 13:39, so I go up to 13 and a half. March, 15:09, I go all the way up to 15, right about there. January, 16 hours is about where I'm at, 15:58. Oops, don't look at that one. Messed up. See, I can make mistakes just as easy as you can. January, we're back down again to 15:36. I mean, July. What am I talking about? Man, I'm losing it. Then we get down to 14 for August. 12:38 for September. 10:53 for October. 11. November, 9:18. And December, 8 hours, 27 minutes. All right, this is called a line graph. So let's draw a line like this, going up. Gets up to the top. We get to that top one, and we go back down like this. And it swoops back up. This is our line graph showing our data. And if we look at this thing, what it tells us is throughout the months, we are increasing light. And when we get to the June 21st section, right here, we are at 16 hours of daylight. When we get to December, we're at the bottom, 8.5 hours. This shows us how the sunlight increases and decreases. Every single year is a cycling pattern this thing happens. More sun, less sun, more sun, less sun. And it gives us our seasons as well. And here we are here. December is less sun, summer is more sun. This is because of the tilt of our axis. We're going to get to that soon. But there's a chart showing you how this looks, graphing this thing. The peak season looks like this. If I was to draw a temperature with it, you would notice that right about here, the temperature starts to increase as we increase in our daylight. And as soon as we get to the top and lose daylight, the temperature starts to decrease. and it goes back down. And then eventually it's going to add more light, so we'll go back up. So this would be like our temperature. And the black line would be our hours of daylight. More sunlight, warmer temperature. Less sunlight, cooler temperatures. It's a good thing you're so smart.